Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Hari 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 Yashodanandana Brajadana Randana Yashodanandana Brajadana Randana Yashodanandana Brajadana Randana Yashodanandana Brajadana Randana Jamuna Tira Vanam Sari Jamuna Tira Vanam Sari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Hari 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 Yashodanandana Brajadana Randana Yashodanandana Brajadana Randana Jamuna Tira Vanam Sari Jamuna Tira Vanam Sari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe. 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 Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada,
Vishupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Sajastu Tarasata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Shirabai Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki
Jai.
Skandibiti Founder Acharya's Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Namasarya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki
Jai.
Samaveta Bhakti Vrinda Ki
Jai.
Harinam Sankirtan Ki
Jai.
Nantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki
Jai.
Tiny Thai Gouda Pimanande,
Hare Bol.
all that is to be assembled devotees,
Hare Krishna.
all that is to be assembled devotees,
Hare Krishna.
all that is to be assembled devotees,
Hare Krishna.
all that is to Sri Guru and to Sri Gauranga, all that is to Sri Prabhupada Ki.
Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai.
Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Taksurandiritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavam Syam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanditam Syam Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritya
Ram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraya.
Tato Jayamudiraye.
Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, let us first offer our respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayesa badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Tamasloke
Bhagavate Tamasloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhakti Bhavati Naistaki.
By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering a service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed or practically to nil, and the loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama
Idam Bhagavata Nama
Puranam Brahma Samhitam
Puranam Brahma Samhitam
Uttama Shloka Charitam
Uttama Shloka Charitam
Sakara Bhagavan Rishi
Chakara Bhagavan Rishi
Nishreyasaya Lokasya
Srishreyasya Lokasya
Dhanyam Swasyaya Namaha.
Dhanyam Swasya Namaha.
The Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantara, as the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, as Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Sri Advaita Gadadhara
Sri Advaita Gadadhar
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
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 Om Sarabhyaya Namaha
Om Surabhyaya Namaha
Om Sarabhyaya Namaha
Om Surabhyaya Namaha
Om Sarabhyaya Namaha
Om Surabhyaya Namaha
Mukam karoti vasalam pangam langayate girim yat kripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam Yat kripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our morning Bhagavatam class, continuing Canto number 1, chapter 10, chapter 11, entitled Lord Krishna's entrance into Dwarka, and text number
6.
6. Okay. Nataha Sma Te Nata Sadangri Pankajam Virincha Vairincha Surendra Vanditam Parayanam Kshemam Ihetschatam Param Na Yatra Kalah Prabhavit Parah Prabhu Nata Smati Nata Sadangri Pankajam Virincha Vairincha Surendra Vanditam Parayanam Kshemam Ihetschatam Param Nayatra Kala Prabhavet Para Prabhu Nata Svati Nata Sadangri Pankajam Virincha Vairinsya Surendra Vanditam
Virincha Varinsya Surendra Vanditam
Parayanam Kshemam Ihachtatam Param
Parayanam Shrimam Nishtam Param
Nayatra Kala Prabhavet Paraprabhu
Nayatra Prabhavita Prabhu
Natha Smate Nata Sadangri Pankajam
Natasmatina Sadangri Pankajam
Virincha Vairinsya Surendra Vanditam
Virincha Varinsya Surendra Vanditam
Parayanam Kshemam Ihachtatam Param
Parayanam Shrimam Nishtam Param
Nayatra Kala Prabhavet Paraprabhu
Nayatra Kala Prabhavita Prabhu
नतास्मते नथा सदाङ्घ्रि पङ्कजम्
Natasmate Natasadangri Pankajam
विरिञ्च वैरिञ्च सुरेन्द्रवन्दितम्
Virincha Varinsya Surendra Vanditam
परायणं क्षेमं हिच्छतं परम्
Parayanam Shrimam Nishtam Param
न यत्र कालः प्रभावेत परा प्रभु
Nayatra Kala Prabhavita Prabhu
तस्मते नाथ सदाङ्घ्रि पङ्कजम्
Natasmate Natha Sadangri Pankajam
विरिञ्च वैरिञ्च सुरेन्द्रवन्दितम्
Virincha Vairincha Surendra Vanditam
परायणं क्षेममीच्यतां परम्
Parayanam Kshemam Ihachtatam Param
न यत्र काल प्रभवेत् परा प्रभु
Nayatra Kala Prabhavet Paraprabhu
Natasmati Nata Sadangri Pankajam
Nathasmate Natha Sadangri Pankajam
Virincha Vairincha Surendra Vanditam
Virincha Vairincha Surendri Vanditam
Parayanam Shimam Vishechatam Param
Varanam Shemam Ihachtatam Param
Nayatra Kala Prabhavet Para Prabhu
Nayatra Kala Prabhavet Paraprabhu Nathasmate Natha Sadangri Pankajam Virincha Vairincha Surendra Vanditam Parayanam Kshemam Ihachtatam Param Nayatra Kala Prabhavet Paraprabhu Natasmate Natha Sadangri Pankajam Virincha Vairincha Surendra Vanditam Parayanam Kshemam Ihachtatam Param Nayatra Kala Prabhavet Paraprabhu Nataha bowed down
Bow down
Sma
Sma
we have done
We have done
we have done so
We have done so
Te
Te
unto you
Unto you
Nata
Nada
O Lord
O Lord
Sada
Sada
always
Always
Angri Pankajam
Angri Pankajam
the lotus feet
The lotus feet
Virincha
Virincha
Brahma
Brahma
the first living being
The first living being
Vairincha
Vairincha
sons of Brahma
Sons of Brahma
like Sanaka and Sanatana
Like Sanaka and Sanatana
Sura Indra
Sura Indra
the king of heaven
The king of heaven
Vanditam
Vanditam
worshipped by
Worshipped by
Parayanam,
Parayanam,
the Supreme,
the Supreme,
Srimam, welfare,
welfare,
Iha,
Iha,
in this life,
in this life,
Ichtatam,
Ichtatam,
one who so desires,
one who so desires,
Param,
Param,
the highest,
the highest,
Na,
Na,
never,
never,
Yatra,
Yatra,
wherein,
wherein,
Kalaha,
Kalaha,
inevitable time,
inevitable time,
Prabhavat,
Prabhavat,
can exert its influence,
can exert its influence,
Paraha,
Paraha,
transcendental,
transcendental,
Prabhu,
Prabhu,
the Supreme Lord.
the Supreme Lord.
Translation and purport by the Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Sridham Prabhupada ki
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
The citizens said, O Lord, you are worshipped by all demigods like Brahma, the four sanas, and even the King of Heaven. You are the ultimate rest for those who are really aspiring to achieve the highest benefit of life. You are the supreme transcendental Lord, and inevitable time cannot exert its influence upon you. Kindly repeat after me. The citizens said,
The citizens said,
O Lord,
O Lord,
you are worshipped
you are worshipped
by all demigods
by all demigods
like Brahma,
like Brahma,
the four sanas,
the four sanas,
and even the King of Heaven.
and the King of Heaven.
You are the ultimate rest
You are the ultimate rest
for those who are really aspiring
for those who are really aspiring
to achieve the highest benefit of life.
to achieve the highest benefits of life.
You are the supreme transcendental Lord,
You are the supreme transcendental Lord,
and inevitable time
and inevitable time
cannot exert
cannot exert
its influence upon you.
its influence upon you.
Purport. The Supreme Lord is Sri Krishna, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Brahma Samhita and other authorized Vedic literatures. No one is equal to or greater than him, and that is the verdict of all scriptures. The influence of time and space is exerted upon the dependent living entities who are all parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. The living entities are predominated Brahman, whereas the Supreme Lord is the predominating Absolute. As soon as we forget this clear fact, we are at once in illusion, and thus we are put into threefold miseries, as one is put into dense darkness. The clear consciousness of the cognizant living being is God consciousness, in which one bows down unto him in all circumstances. Translation again. The citizens said, O Lord, you are worshipped by all demigods like Brahma, the four sanas, and even the King of Heaven. You are the ultimate rest for those who are really aspiring to achieve the highest benefit of life. You are the supreme transcendental Lord, and inevitable time cannot exert its influence upon you. So now it is the citizens of Dwarka who were offering prayers when Krishna was leaving Hastinapur. The ladies were offering prayers. Very nice, nicely composed, spontaneous, heartfelt prayers. So similar exchange is taking place between the Lord's devotees, the residents of Dwarka. Just like in the Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna is find that verse, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. Arjuna is glorifying Krishna's transcendental position, and immediately after that verse, same point is being mentioned here. I'm not the only one saying this, so many other great personalities. So this important point for all of us, actually, that especially for what is known as the Krishna consciousness movement that we all belong to, that especially in the Bhagavad Gita, and of course Srimad Bhagavatam and so many other various literature. Did you get it?
Yes.
You can read the Sanskrit? Bolo? You can read the Sanskrit?
Yes.
Yes.
Arjun Uvacha Parabrahma Param Dhama Pavitram Param Bhavana Purusham Shashvatam Divyamiti Majam Vibhum.
You're not giving a chance for the devotees to repeat?
Yes.
Yes.
Parabrahma Param Dhama
Brahma Param Dhamma
Pavitram Param Bhavana
Padam Param Bhavana
Purusham Shashvatam Divyam
Purusham Sasatam Divyam
Adidevajam Vibhum.
Adideva Tajam Vibhum. Translation.
Yes.
He has a cold, huh?
Arjun, yes.
Yeah.
Arjun said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala and Vasudev confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me."
Yes. So in that, let me see the text. Yeah. This one. Okay, yeah. Yeah. You're confusing. Confusing means that you only chanted the first one, didn't chant the second one.
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah, there are two verses that follow one another. And the first verse is establishing Arjuna is glorifying or describing Krishna as being the Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. And then after describing, then he makes reference to great personalities. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa. So it is we tend to take it for granted that Krishna is God or Krishna is the Supreme, and what we what we need to understand is that we could say since time immemorial, the that reality of not only understanding that God exists, but actually that God has a particular identity. That is the subject matter of the, yesterday, those who attended the Tattva Sandarbha,
Yes.
that was the subject matter. It is also there, nicely explained by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. It is a question of tattva. Unless tattva means, as we know, the truth. Ultimately, tattva means the ultimate truth, the absolute truth. And unless one comes to know about that absolute truth, then one will not achieve the perfection of life. So that is the first of three tattvas. That explain the nature of Krishna. That is, Srila Jiva Goswami presents it in a particular way in his Sat Sandarbha, and then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur presents it. It's the same subject matter, but slightly different at the same time. Dasamula Tattva, yeah. And he begins by describing the three tattvas that actually describe and help us understand the nature of what we call the absolute truth, or in this case, of course, the nature of Krishna. So what are those three tattvas? Beginning with the first, and the first tattva that is explained is that Krishna, he is the Param Tattva.
Yes.
The Param Tattva, and that he is manifest in the three features of Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Yes. That in itself is a very deep subject matter for which the first four sandarbhas are written, isn't it? What are the four first sandarbhas?
Sandarbha.
Tattva Sandarbha. What does Tattva Sandarbha explain?
Superiority of Srimad Bhagavatam. Superiority of Srimad Bhagavatam.
It also explains something else. Well, the whole, everything is about tattva. Every single book. No, it explains that the very important point that the Vedas are the source of all knowledge.
Yes.
The Vedas are the source of all knowledge, and that Srimad Bhagavatam is part of the Vedas.
Yes.
Not only is it part of the Vedas, but actually it's the culmination and the most important for us. This is a main we could say, contribution by Srila Jiva Goswami, that in Kali Yuga this time, because, maybe less than 10% of the original Vedas are available, number one. So that means that we cannot, unless we study all the Vedas, we will not have the full understanding, and therefore only 10% is available. That's one reason. The other reason is that to properly study and understand the original Vedas, one needs to be very very scholarly. One needs to not only that one needs to be a scholar, but one needs to learn we could say, original or form of Sanskrit which is practically unknown or not practiced today, isn't it? In other words, Sanskrit, which is a major topic in itself, has different levels of different degrees of expression are there, and the original Vedas are actually written in that very high level, highest level of Sanskrit, which today is just, practically speaking, inaccessible for the vast majority of people. And even amongst those who know Sanskrit, only very few actually know that particular form of Sanskrit. So therefore, because of these two factors and others as well, Srila Jiva Goswami establishes, and I believe that's what was explained in the class yesterday, given by Vinugopal Prabhu. He establishes that the Bhagavatam is therefore, because it's written in the Sanskrit that is more easily accessible, and also because it is spoken by Srila Vyasadeva, who is an incarnation. He is described, and we recite that verse, he is described as the literary incarnation. Therefore, he has actually revealed in the Bhagavatam the highest, we could say, level of transcendence. So in other words, he has established, although not everyone will accept this, but he has established that actually that for us today, in our present, Kali Yuga situation, the Srimad Bhagavatam is more important than the original Vedas.
It's the commentary on the Brahma Sutra, I think. I hear somewhere.
Yes, actually Srila Vyasadeva, as we know, he had put into writing 5,000 years ago all of the Vedic knowledge, culminating with Vedanta Sutra. Then he commented on that Vedanta Sutra in the form of the Bhagavatam. So in other words, the Bhagavatam is, as described also in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the ripened fruit, the juice, like somebody gave sugar cane, So it is hidden there. You have to squeeze it out. So the Bhagavatam is like squeezed out of the Vedas. That is the juice, the essence of the Bhagavatam. And that essence establishes in so many places. In the beginning of the Bhagavatam, Vadanti tat tattva vidam tattvam vyas jnanamadvayam pramiti paramatmeti bhagavan iti sabjate. One of many verses that clearly establish Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And the reality is that, of course, we can know this theoretically, as any member of Hare Krishna movement knows, and as most people in India know about Krishna, but most people in India and in the world for that matter, don't know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, isn't it? So, so the residents of Dwarka who know Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead are glorifying him in this way. And what are the other two tattvas that further complement Krishna as being that we could say are further evidence that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So the first of the three tattvas to understand Krishna, which is what has been revealed to us actually by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The first we just mentioned, he is Param Tattva. Then second is that he is he is Shaktiman. Shaktiman. What does Shaktiman mean?
Powerful man.
He is the source of all energies. He is the source of spiritual energy, and he is the source of material energy. And we know what are the three, our acharyas described, the three types of energies that we need to know. What are they called in Sanskrit? Bahir Anga Shakti. Bahir Anga Shakti, which is the external energy. So in other words, we need to understand the workings of the different energies of the Lord. All the three energies, we could say, primary energies of the Lord, the Antaranga Shakti, which is the internal energy of the Lord, Tatastha Shakti, the marginal energy of the Lord, that means the jiva, living entities, and the Bahiranga Shakti, external energy of the Lord. And therefore, Bhagavatam especially describes in detail this Bahiranga Shakti, isn't it? The whole cosmic manifestation, the whole creation of the material world, and the workings of the gunas, the three modes of material nature. These are all subject matters that are especially studied, like in traditional Gurukula. These are the subject matters that Brahmanas especially are meant to master or have a very clear understanding. And it's only with that proper understanding, therefore, that we can deal, that we can learn to properly deal and interact with these three energies, isn't it? Especially because we are here in the material world, we are surrounded every single moment and influenced also by this external energy of Maya, Bahiranga Shakti. So unless we know how to deal with that energy, we will become overpowered by that energy. And then the third, which is in many ways highly confidential, what is the third tattva that is describing Krishna? The Sanskrit term is, we can be reminded of Gyan Samudra. The third one is called Rasa Samudra. What is meaning of Rasa Samudra?
Ocean of juice.
Ocean of mellows, ocean of rasa. Yeah, Krishna, he is the source of all energies, and he is also the source of all rasa, of all emotions, of all sentiments, of all mellows. And as we, as Prabhupada describes, and as our Acharya describes, no one can live. Everyone is seeking and searching for such mellow, for such feelings, sentiments, etc. We are living entity is described as sentient being. Sentient means having senses. We have transcendental, now we have material senses, but we have transcendental senses. and the whole spiritual realm is the residence of the spiritual world. And the residents of a place like Dwarka, they are constantly immersed in such mellows, in such feelings, in such exchanges. And this is what is meant also to be manifest by those who are practicing devotional service. This is what we are meant to experience as devotees. That is the whole science of devotional service in practice, we can say. So naturally, the residents of Dwarka, as we have read in the previous verses, they are all the eternal associates of the Lord, and therefore, naturally, they are expressing their transcendental feelings and emotions and they will continue like this for the next few I think 3 or 4 verses. We can, since it's like it's a, as they say, a thread, we can follow the thread of their expressions. So that was that was 6. Okay, we'll go to 7 because it basically continues. Bhavaya nastvam bhava vishvabhavana.
Bhavaya nastam bhava vishvabhavana.
Tvameva matata surit pati pita.
Tvameva matata suripati pita.
Tvam sadgururna paramam sadaivatam.
Tvam sadguruna paramam sadaivatam.
Yasya nuvritya kritino babhuvima.
Yasya nuvritya krito babhuvima.
Translation and purport. O Creator of the universe, you are our Mother, well-wisher, Lord, Father, spiritual master, and worshipable deity. By following in your footsteps, we have become successful in every respect. We pray, therefore, that you continue to bless us with your mercy. Purport. The all-good personality of Godhead, being the creator of the universe, also plans for the good of all good living beings. The good living beings are advised by the Lord to follow his good advice. And by doing so, they become successful in all spheres of life. There is no need to worship any deity but the Lord. The Lord is all-powerful, and if he is satisfied by our obedience unto his lotus feet, he is competent to bestow upon us all kinds of blessings for the successful execution of both our material and spiritual lives. For attaining spiritual existence, a human form is a chance for all to understand our eternal relation with God. Our relation with him is eternal. It can neither be broken nor vanquished. It may be forgotten for the time being, but it can be revived also by the grace of the Lord, if we follow his injunctions, which are revealed in the scriptures of all times and all places. So that is reminding us of, we were quoting from the, what is it? Gita Nagari. What is actually, when I was explaining that the other day, I left out one aspect of Prabhupada's explanation. He was explaining, in order to establish what is called universal brotherhood, universal dharma, which is Sanatana Dharma, then these three realizations were needed. I'll mention the first one, and I'm sure you will remember the other two. The fatherhood of Godhead. Yeah. In the prayer here, it's well, they're referring to Father, Lord, Mother, and everything. But yeah, to attain real brotherhood, universal brotherhood, these three things that Prabhupada mentions and the Gita Nagari are needed. Fatherhood of Godhead, then motherhood of nature, and the third, this as it yes, childhood of
living beings.
of all living entities. Yes. So this is being, we could say, referred to here as well. And Prabhupada makes the point, because very often people, they will say, no, I cannot give so much time for spirituality because I have to earn money, I have to work, I have material needs. So if I become too spiritual, I will not be able to have. But what does Prabhupada mention in the purport? That those who actually understand that Krishna is the original Godhead, and the master well-wisher, as described in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram Jagya Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheswaram Sridham Sarvabhutanam. So all of one's material and spiritual necessities will be met. Yeah. So there's two more prayers that are offered by the citizens of Dwarka. Aho sanata bhavata smayad vayam.
Aho sanata bhavata smayam.
Traivistapanam api dura darshanam. Prema smita snigdha niriksananam. Pashyema rupam tava sarva sobhagam. Translation and purport. Oh, it is our good luck that we have come again today under your protection by your presence. For your lordship rarely visits even the denizens of heaven. Now it is possible for us to look into your smiling face, which is full of affectionate glances. We can now see your transcendental form, full of all auspiciousness. Purport. The Lord in his eternal personal form can be seen only by the pure devotees. The Lord is never impersonal, but he is the supreme, absolute personality of Godhead, possible to be visited by devotional service face to face, which is impossible to be done even by the denizens of higher planets. When Brahmaji and other demigods want to consult the Lord Vishnu, the plenary portion of Lord Krishna, they have to wait on the shore of the ocean of milk, where Lord Vishnu is lying on white land, Shvetadvip. This ocean of milk and the Shvetadvip planet are the replica of Vaikuntaloka within the universe. Neither Brahmaji nor the demigods like Indra can enter into this island of Shvetadvip, but they can stand on the shore of the ocean of milk and transmit their message to Lord Vishnu, known as Kshirodakshai Vishnu. Therefore, the Lord is rarely seen by them. But the inhabitants of Dwarka, because of their being pure devotees, without any tinge of the material contamination of fruitive activities and empiric philosophical speculation, can see him face to face by the grace of the Lord. This is the original state of the living entities and can be attained by reviving our natural and constitutional state of life, which is discovered by devotional service only. Yeah. So, any thoughts on this?
The Maharaj,
The
Purusha avatars and the Guna avatars are both are the avatars of Krishna. But why Krishna always consider as Vishnu Tattva, not Shiva Tattva? Like Prabhupada also mentioned many times that Vishnu is Krishna. But Shiva is also the incarnation of Krishna. Why
yes.
did not he consider as Shiva Tattva?
Why Krishna is not considered as Shiva Tattva?
Yes, only Vishnu Tattva. Because the both are the avatars of Krishna.
Well, Lord Brahma is also avatar,
Yes.
Guna avatar.
Yes.
Yeah. So, because the tattva is different, Vishnu tattva is different from. That's nicely explained by Srila Rupa Goswami. That the living entities have, although they are in quality the same as Krishna, isn't it? The jiva, that's also part of the tattva described in the Dasamula tattva. The jiva has only a certain percentage, can only manifest only a certain percentage. Then higher, of course, is Shiva Tattva, then Vishnu Tattva, and then even Vishnu Tattva they have what, 94% of the qualities that Krishna manifests or that Krishna possesses. So we generally, we refer to Krishna and his different Purusha avatars as being Vishnu Tattva. Vishnu Tattva means being on that level. And so Lord Shiva is not on that level. Lord Shiva has he has his own tattva, which is higher than the jiva, but lower than the Vishnu tattva. Yeah. So, in other words, to maintain, we don't say that Krishna is jiva tattva. He's the origin of jiva tattva. He is also the origin of Shiva tattva, of Lord Shiva. Because of the very high level, the Vishnu tattvas are considered as being practically on the same level as Krishna. In different ways, actually, Lord Shiva, he is described as being a transformation, isn't it, of the transformation of Vishnu. The Vishnu tattvas are expansions of Krishna, while Lord Shiva is a transformation of Vishnu. And also because both the Jiva Tattva, the living entities, beginning with Lord Brahma, and all other Jiva Tattvas or Jiva living entities, come in contact with the modes of material nature. Lord Shiva also comes in contact with the material nature, whereas the Purusha avatar, they are transcendental to the modes of material nature. Krishna is also, of course, being the origin or the creator of the modes of material nature, of the Bahir Anga Shakti, doesn't come in contact. So that's why of the three we call Guna avatars, Vishnu is totally transcendental to the modes of material nature, whereas Lord Brahma is and Lord Shiva are in contact with the modes of material nature. Yes. Okay, we can close for now. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Jai Sri Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Jai.
Jai.